Cooking to win free healthcare. To serve and protect the 297 million English-speaking Americans and the 1.5 billion worldwide.
Yesterday, cooking to win seemed so far away. Now cooking to win makes all day energy stay. Oh, why not begin tomorrow today?
How can we be certain that instant messages from the first sip or bite predict inflammation or anti-inflammation over time? More than 30 years of research and 68,650 articles clearly show that dozens of laboratory tests range from thousands of dollars to free. Testing before eating, after 60 seconds before swallowing, after consumption, every 15 minutes, every hour, and every morning shows the amount of inflammation or anti-inflammatory results. Results reflecting what occurred in each of our trillions of cells and the expressions on our faces during the seconds, minutes, hours, and days tested. Anti-inflammatory, disease-fighting pasture-raised lamb, beef, wild game, and low-toxin wild fish stew is slowly simmered, diced, pre-boiled, drained, and trimmed of excess fat, if desired. Inflammatory, mind, brain, and body swelling from grain-fed poultry, pork, ground meat, and frozen fish are less inflammatory after being slowly simmered in filtered water, drained, and then slowly simmered and drained at least twice before adding the remaining stew ingredients. For egg drop stew, scrambled or poached eggs on a bed of vegetables, add eggs after the vegan stew has thoroughly simmered. Salmonella and Listeria diet, 175 degrees Fahrenheit, 79 degrees Celsius in raw egg, dairy, fruit, and vegetables. For vegan stew, slowly simmered 4.5 cups of fresh frozen gandules or 4.5 cups of fresh frozen lima beans provide about 50 grams of quality, bioavailable, and bioabsorbable protein. Both are rare examples of produce containing all 9 essential amino acids. Fresh organic herb broth, fresh organic or fresh frozen organic vegetables are added to the protein and slow simmered. Eggs and fish are added after the vegan base is thoroughly simmered. And modest amounts of dairy are added after the heat is off. If you are having difficulty losing inflammation weight, try eliminating tomatoes, tomatillos, white potatoes, eggplant, goji berries, and peppers. One of the most medicinal of all ingredients, organic first-pressed olive oil, in tinted glass, and iodized salt are added and slowly simmered. Pasture-raised lamb, beef, bison, and wild game fat can be left in because, like organic first-pressed olive oil, their fat contains winning amounts of omega-3 anti-inflammatory agents. Organic first-pressed olive oil in tinted glass is the only source of highly anti-inflammatory, organic cis omega-3 fatty acids. Intimacy is boosted in XX and XY people by the adrenal gland, the ovary, and the testicle, which make testosterone. Organic cis omega-3s from first-pressed olive oil, pasture-raised meat, dairy, and eggs make freshly brewed testosterone in all 3 organs. Processed vegetable oils have 0 cis omega-3. Instead, canola and its shelf mates have highly inflammatory, non-cis omega-3s. This fact makes processed vegetable oils one of the most highly inflammatory and disease-causing agents on Earth. Anti-inflammatory lamb stew instantly increased blood glucose by 8% from 97 to 106, with a relief score of 4, after being held in the mouth for 60 seconds. Lamb stew's instant results predicted hours to days of mind, brain, and body anti-inflammation. Highly inflammatory, cell, brain, and body swelling store-bought chicken fillet on a baked bun, and fries instantly acted like cocaine. One bite of a chicken sandwich and fries decreased blood glucose by 3% from 93 to 90, with a powerful stimulant relief score of 13 on a relief scale of 0 to 15. After being retained in the mouth for 60 seconds, chicken sandwich and fries, instant test results signaled trillions of mind, brain, and body cells that the equivalent of cocaine and heroin has entered the body. In preparation for chicken and fries, millions to billions of mind, brain, and body cells are about to be damaged and slaughtered. Anti-inflammatory lamb stew increased blood glucose by 14%, from 97 to 113 after 30 minutes. The relief score was a sunny 5. These favorable 30-minute results harmonize with the instant, initial prediction of sustained anti-inflammatory lamb stew results for hours to days. A highly inflammatory chicken sandwich and fries decreased blood glucose by 7%, from 100 to 93 after 30 minutes. The chicken sandwich and fries' highly addictive instant relief score of 13 was rapidly eclipsed by a 6 score of 3 on the 6 scale of 0 to 10, forcing nicotine people to hit a vape or a cigarette after eating. The increased inflammation 30 minutes after consuming the chicken sandwich and fries matched the initial instant forecast of mind, brain, and body, pain, suffering, and destruction. The initial, brief, mind, brain, and body energy boost from the chicken sandwich and fries crashed and burned within 30 minutes. Lamb stew increased blood glucose by 5%, from 97 to 102, after 1 hour, and the relief score was a calm, focused, and ambitious 4. Lamb stew's initial prediction of sustained anti-inflammatory activity was accurate. A chicken sandwich and fries increased blood glucose to pre-diabetes levels after 1 hour, by 32%, from 93 to 137. Chicken sandwich and fries produced the inflammatory cytokine-induced, sick feeling of 4 on a 6 scale of 0 to 10, 1 hour later, which increased the risk of dying from a respiratory infection. In this case, the early warning, instant messaging, regarding the incoming chicken sandwich and fries devastation proved to be accurate an hour later. Decades of clinical research and hundreds of thousands of published articles show that airflow obstruction, emotional stress, and worry influence the mind, brain, and body inflammation. Can wearing a mask increase or decrease the risk of getting SARS and SARS-like septicemia? One laboratory did just that during the early COVID-19 lockdowns regarding wearing a properly fitted N95 mask, a surgical mask, and no mask. $150 blood and urine tests totaling $900 were spent to perform blood and urine tests before and after wearing an N95 mask, a surgical mask, and no mask for 1 hour. Food and water consumption, relaxed environment, and activity were equal during all 6 blood draws and urine samples. The results were presented at an international health conference in Paris, France. Wearing a surgical mask for 1 hour caused more inflammation in the mind, brain, and body than wearing an N95 mask. Both masks weakened the immune system, increased systemic inflammation, and increased the risk of getting COVID-19 septicemia compared to the control, less anxious, no mask scenario. At the time, the study was considered misinformation and disinformation by the American Public Health and Social Media Standards. Also, at the time, similar findings and beliefs sometimes led to prosecution, loss of license, and loss of employment. Foods heated above slow simmering are viewed by the mind, brain, and body defense system as inflammatory disease threats. Foods heated at or below slow simmer are viewed by the mind, brain, and body's armed forces and construction workers as billions of new illness-fighting recruits. Slow-simmered cooking science takes the guessing out of living longer and prospering more. Suppose the timing of the Lord, Allah, the universe, and Brahman aligns with the compassionate people of the world by eliminating most tyrannical forces in international governance by November 4, 2026. Then, additional episodes of Cooking to Win will continue to provide more public health services. Public health agencies and news outlets in more than 58 countries in 28 non-sovereign regions where English is spoken are encouraged to share these 3 episodes as a critical public health service. For English-speaking communities in the USA and worldwide, they support a low-cost approach to prevent and address mind health issues across childhood, adolescence, and adulthood, as well as ischemic heart disease, atrial fibrillation, ischemic brain disease, stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and various cancers including liver, lung, stomach, and colorectal cancer by promoting the regeneration of swollen, dysfunctional cells, both differentiated and undifferentiated, along with the growth of new stem cells and cancer-fighting cells. 60 videos in 19 languages show a way to feel younger each day, think clearly, and move quickly after age 100. Cooking to Win plans to continue editing and writing the 3 free books by James Cocores, MD, on LinkedIn. Please help spread the good news about slow-simmered science.